class left off on Inna wa akhawatuha. Inna wa akhawatuha, which is طريقة التدريس الجملة المفيدة. We're almost done with the book. This is good. All right, so 69, page 69. All right. So we can, let's go ahead and review some of this, and then we'll look at some examples from the Quran. So maybe for this, we can start with maybe so one of you can read. Let's go ahead and read these two sentences and then explain what happened. Let's get a volunteer here. Otherwise, you're just gonna get picked.
Okay, I can volunteer.
All right, great.
Okay, number one, الجمل صبور.
Yes.
And then,
And can you do the? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
oh, I don't know. What do you want me to do?
Can you do the i'rab for that jumla?
For the
i'rab?
the first part?
Yes, please.
Okay, so الجمل, that would be this would be a noun-based sentence. الجملة اسمية. So الجمل, it's مبتدأ اسم مرفوع. No, not مرفوع, منصوب. Yeah, مرفوع. And then صبورا would be خبر اسم مرفوع.
Yes. And what did you say? The very beginning?
خبر.
Khabar. Yeah, khabar. All right. Let's go. Let's continue. Very good. Excellent.
And then the next part. Okay, so إن الجمل صبور. Did I read that correctly?
Yes. Yes.
And then so then inna would be and I'm gonna admit that I am using your sentence
That's fine.
types.
Whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
you're getting it right.
So inna would be حرف مشبه بالفعل مبني على الفتحة.
Yes.
And then excuse me, الجمل would fall under اسم إن, and then mansub because it has a fatha at the end. Mansub and then do I need to continue with the rest part? The rest of that?
Yeah.
Okay, وعلم نصبه.
It's mansub because of the inna, and that results in the fatha. The resultant is the fatha.
Yes.
But anyways, yes. Inna jamala saburun.
Okay, and then sabur. Okay, so like I said, it's اسم إن منصوب وعلمتها نصبه الفتحة الظاهرة.
Yes.
And then صبور, it's خبر إن مرفوع.
Khabar. Yes.
خبر, I'm sorry, خبر إن مرفوع. And then وعلمتها. How do you say that? علمها.
وعلمت
رفعها.
رفعها الضمة ظاهرة.
Okay, and is that dhamma like dhamma, like the little wow at the top of a word?
Yeah.
Dhamma. That's how it's spelled, dhamma?
Yeah, dhamma.
Oh,
Dhamma.
dhamma.
Yeah, and so
dhamma.
basically
Okay.
that saying is وعلامات وعلاماته, and the sign, علامات is sign, نصبها, of its nasb state, الضمة الظاهرة, the apparent dhamma, the dhamma that we can see. Because there may be situations and other situations where it's muqaddira, and we'll talk about that later on. All right, let's go ahead and go to, or does anybody else want to do sentence number 2 before we go to the Quran? Because when I go to the Quran, it's probably going to be a little bit harder. It might be better if we just if somebody wants to do an easier one, especially since Sister Inshira has already done number 1. Now you just kind of can copy what she's done for number 2, because when we go to the Quran, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Maybe it will, maybe or not. We'll see what happens.
I can try now.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yes.
Al-haramu qadimun.
Yes.
So al-haramu, that it would be a noun-based sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And al-haramu would be al-mubtada, ismu marfu.
Yes. Very good.
Qadimun would be al-qabr, ismu marfu.
Excellent. Very good.
And innal harama qadimun. Innal harama qadimun. So inna would be harf. Is it mushbah?
Mushabbah bil-fi'al.
Mushabbah. Okay, just a second. Mushabbah.
Yes.
Mushabbah. Okay, so harf preposition. Mushabbah will fail. And would be, ism inna mansub, and qadimun khabar inna marfu'.
Excellent. Very good. All right. Very good. That was very nice. All right. Let's go to the Quran now. Now it's Omar and Kulsum's turn. Let's see what we're going to do here. But I'll kick it off. Okay. So we won't. I'm not trying to scare anybody. But oh yeah, should we do this? Yeah, let's do this, and then we'll also go to Quran corpus for those same verses. But let's start with, all right. Let me think about this. No. 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 إذا جاء الله سبحانه ورأيت الناس والذين كافرون إنا أعطيناك. So إنا أعطيناك الكوثر actually does have it, but it's a little bit different. أريت بدي بدوي فلا شيء I don't think I can. Oh, excellent. Yes. All right. Velocity by time. Velocity. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر. Here we go. إن الإنسان لفي خسر. Omar or Kulsum, please go ahead and.
Okay. Innal insan. So if the inna wasn't there, it would have been insanu, right? And then that would have been the ism marfu'a, and then lafi khusrin. I'm not.
Wait. Let's start with inna. So what's up? Let's just. Well, you're good, but let's go ahead. Let's just kind of go a little bit slower.
Okay.
Let's just do it. What's inna?
Inna is it's like certainly, correct?
Yeah, and what would we say in terms of i'rab? How would we do it grammatically? How do we categorize it?
It makes the word that comes after it mansub.
Do you know what the? Yes, that's correct. And can you define it? Like or maybe somebody else can jump in and help them. You're right, Omar. Logically, you got the right logic.
Harf mushabbah.
Harf mushabbah. Excellent.
Okay.
All right. So I'm looking at homework at the same time, but let me get this out of the way. Go ahead. Omar, please continue. So now we're at Insana.
Insana. So yeah, Insana is the ism man. I guess with the inna it would be ism mansub, correct?
Ism mansub, yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's exactly. Ism mansub, that's all. Here, what's happening? Yeah, this isn't. It's a little bit different, but this lafi husn, which actually is going to be part of our next lesson.
Okay.
This is called jar wa majrur. So the lam is lam at-tawkid. The fi is harf jar. Husn is majrur, ism majrur. And then we say shibah jumla lafi husn fi mahal raf'in khabar inna, and we'll talk about that later on. But for now, as long as you got the inna al-insan, we're good. All right. But essentially, what's happened is this is kind of a sub-sentence. We would call it a sub-sentence, my terminology. Lafi husnin. This lafi husn is a sub-sentence or a phrase, and that phrase is in the khabar state. We'd say that phrase is the khabar of inna. We would define this phrase, and then so we say this thing is in khabar inna, this whole thing, and we'll talk about this later on. But basically, that lafi husnin, we also have to kind of do its own grammatical breakdown within it. So it's almost like in mathematics, we put that in parentheses, and then that lafi husnin parentheses here. We'll talk about this later. I'm not trying to confuse everybody.
Where's the like the definition you gave for inna? Where can I find that? Is that on the slideshow?
Yeah, it should be in the slideshow.
Okay.
Yeah, but you did good. You did good. So, and then jazakallah khair to you, and also jazakallah khair to Sister Farida for jumping in there. All right. So inna and zayna, that's a little bit, it's there also, but it's different. Gotta get one thought. No. Okay. And this isn't it has it, but it's not like, it's a little bit different. Well, let's do it anyway. All right. This is from Surah Al-Buruj. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الذين فتنوا المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثم لم يتوبوا فلهم عذاب جهنم ولهم عذاب الحريق. Those who tempt the believers, you could say tempt, or they cause tribulation, fatanu, the believers, believing men and believing women, fatanu mu'minin wa mu'minati, thumma lam yatubu, and then they did not seek repentance like thereafter. Thereafter they did not seek repentance. فَلَهُمْ عَذَابُ جَهَنَّمَ وَلَهُمْ عَذَابُ الْحَرِيقِ. For them is the punishment of Jahannam, and for them is the punishment of burning. All right, of the burning of the Harik. All right, so here for Kulsum, maybe you can do this right here. Kulsum.
Sure. And is the harf, right?
Yes.
And then So is Ladina an
Yes.
ism mansub?
Yes. It's so the inna is harf mushabbah bil fi'al. Harf mushabbahun bil fi'al. And alladina is ism inna mansub. It's 3 different words for that description. Each one of those things means something. Ism means it's an ism in terms of the word. And ism inna means it's an ism for inna. And then mansub means that it's in the mansub state.
Okay.
Yeah. This alladina, it's always alladina. Whether it's in mansub state, marfu state, or any state, because it's mabiyan, it just doesn't change. So this is a category of word that doesn't change. We'll talk about this later on. But yeah, we covered here. Oh yeah, yes. Here's another one. So let's go back to. Oh yeah, okay. This is good. All right, I missed this. Sorry. Let's maybe go back to Inshirah on this. Sister Inshirah or Inshirah. I'm sorry I do a lot of first names because I was born in America, so adding the sister and brother, I sometimes forget.
Okay. إن would be a حرف مشبه بالفعل مبني على
Yes.
الفتحة.
Excellent.
And then بطشة.
Yes.
اسم إن منصوب وعلامتها نصبها على الفتحة الظاهرة.
Yes.
And then ربك
So Rabbika, we haven't covered
شديد.
Rabbika and La Shadid.
Don't do it or do it? ربك.
Don't do it because we haven't covered it yet. Let's go to La
Okay.
Shadid.
Okay. Oh, but do ربك. No, do شديد.
No.
شديد.
Yeah, do Shadid. Don't do Rabbika because Rabbika we haven't covered it yet.
Oh, okay. Is that that last symbol on the top of the dad? The last dad? What is that?
That's like it's a dhamma, tanween dhamma. It's like this. It's like
Is this-
a lot. You could also write it like this. It's a double dhamma. So it's shadidun because
Okay.
it's double. Yeah.
So they have two double symbols for two dhammas. There's more
Yeah.
than one symbol. Okay.
Yeah. So if we had
Didn't
like,
know that.
like if you had two fathas, it'd be, they call it tanween, right? That'd
Yeah.
be an in, and then the double fatha, which can be written that way, or it can be written like double fatha.
There's one more symbol, right, for double fatha. There's three, double dhamma. There's 3 different symbols, right?
For double dhamma?
Yeah, I've seen a different one before that you use on the sentence grammar sheet.
Yeah, I remember
Right?
seeing another type as well. Yep.
Right? Am I mistaken? Like if you look at the sentence grammar, the word
Yeah, that one shows a different one.
yeah.
Are you talking about this guy?
Probably.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
it's
about. Yeah.
about this. Yeah, it's like a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the شديد شديد. This is خبر إن مرفوع وعلامتها رفع الضمة الظاهرة.
Yeah. So that's right. And then we go here. When we read this, this is just since you're doing it. And I probably should have done this, but I really just want this right now. Ism inna mansub. The complete thing today is وعلامات نصبه وعلامات. This should be a dhamma. Sorry, I should put some tashkil here. وعلامات نصبه. This is kasra. الفتحة الظاهرة. Anyways, that doesn't really matter as long as you get the first part. It's good, and then we'll cover some of those things. They're just going to cover. Go through the grammar. You'll automatically start figuring out like this is how to read it. We just haven't covered some of those. Okay, so I think we're good here. maybe let's do a little bit more. We're having a good time on this. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll have something here. I think we already missed. I think there was already a few. I think there's something. See, like this is covered. I wanted to talk about this, but I believe this is already covered in a future lesson. So I don't want to. But this innahu, this is the inna, and then in huwa connected together, and it becomes innahu. But like I said, that's covered kind of in a future lesson. So maybe we can just wait till that. Okay, here we go. This one. This one, maybe this one we can take by Sister Farida, and this one maybe Omar, or maybe Sister Kulsum, you guys can do the second one. But let's go with the first one. Inna al-abrara lafi na'im.
Okay. Inna would be, so inna, the virtues will be in bliss. So innal abrara lafi na'im. In harf mushabbah bil fi'l.
Yes.
The verb, the preposition resembling the verb.
Yes.
And al abrar is the virtuous.
Yes, the virtuous, like virtuous people.
Virtuous people, okay. The ism inna mansub.
Yes.
And lafi.
So we haven't covered. Let's just
Right.
stop.
Oh, we have it. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
So lafi na'im.
We haven't. Yeah, lafi na'im, but that's
so
something we'll talk
na'im.
about. We'll talk about later. That's not going to be. It's not going to follow the rest of our pattern. Let's just go. You did good. Let's go to the next one. In Fujara, Omar or Kusum, maybe one of y'all can grab it.
Okay. So what inna is the harf washaba and then al fajara is the ism inna mansub.
Yep, very good. And then that in the beginning, that it's harf mushabbah bif'al. All right, so now we got to go. Let's get Omar here. All right, so that was, where was that? Infitar. So this does, different. There was kind of something like that in there, but that's different. I wish we would have got. Oh, wait a second. Let's do this. That's all right. We have a bunch of other options. I forgot about that. Can مسندة يصون كل صيحة هدين وبعد وفقدهم قاتل والله. Oh yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna. No, that one's not gonna work. No. Okay, all right. I got another one. We should have done this a long time ago. This is for. This is good. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
And just to confirm, this the list that we're looking at, these are the different than like the other list, which was like anlan, kay, idan, and all of those words.
Yeah, correct.
But their effect is the same, kind of, correct or no?
No, they're different because anlan, kay, idan, those are those are tied to verbs.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. This is
All
now.
right, so let's look at, yes. But good question. It's a very good question because we want to make sure that, all right, here we go. This is for you, Omar. La ilaha illallah.
Okay. La ilaha illallah. So la is the I forgot the term, but you know, the ones we're doing today. Right? Or no? Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, I should have asked somebody else.
And then
All right, go ahead.
ilaha is the is a mansub, correct or no?
Yeah, does anybody want to add something to what he said there?
Yeah, I know. I'm missing the word that's tied to the yeah.
You can try again, Omar, if you want. You're close. You're right there. You have the right idea.
Hold on, give me one second. Is it the ism in ism in the mansub?
Almost. Very close. Now you got the right stuff, but one of those words needs to be changed in there, what you said.
Oh, ism la mansub.
Yes, exactly. 100%. Good job.
Okay, and then yeah.
Illallah, this is a little bit, because we have illah, it's something that's going to be covered in another lesson, but we're good for now. Let's just stop there, and then we can, let's go on to the next topic. So I think you guys did a good job. Very nice. All right. So we're almost done with this book, and then the plan is, after we're done with this particular book, this is a 3-volume series book. We're going to go, we can either, I'll take a vote on this, but maybe let's just finish the book and then we'll talk about it. But we can either review the entire book or we can continue going and then review all of it at the end. But it might be a good idea just to do a couple of review sessions and go through the whole book again. I think that's probably what we'll do. So let's go to Jarul Ism. Jarul Ism. Jar here, this is the final state. So let me pull up, I think I wrote this in the notes somewhere before. This is like work stuff. Let me get rid of this. Yeah. All right. So for the fi'l mudari', we've covered 3 different states. Those states are rafa', nasb, and jazm, or jazm. And I think that's jazm. I gotta double check it. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But those are the 3 states for fi'l mudari'. So I'd say, like, for example, yadrusu, or yadrusa, or yadrus, or yaktub, yaktubu, yaktuba, yaktub, right? And you're doing those in your homeworks. And then in the ism, we have 3 different states. Rafa'. The rafa' state is like kitabun. The nasb state is kitaban, and everything we covered today. Inna al-insana. Instead of insanu, or instead of jamadu, it becomes al-jamada. We put a fatha on it. That's the examples we've been using, but there's other possibilities, but that's just what we've been using. And then we have the jar state, which is what we're doing today. Today is going to be the jar state, the last state of ism. This is our final state that we're going to cover for ism. So pretty happy about that. We're making good progress. Jarul ism, the jar state of ism, al-amthila. Let's change colors here. I feel like red is a little bit intimidating. All right, al-amthila, the examples. نزل المطر من السماء. نزل, this is fi'l madi. Al-mataru, the rain. The rain came down min as-sama, from the sky. So what's happened here is, this is nazara. It was like poured down or came down. فعل ماضي. And then this right here is المطر, which is فاعل. الفاعل اسم مرفوع. It's the subject, and it's an ism, and it's in the rafa state. And you could say وعلامات رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. The sign of its rafa state is this dhamma. من السماء. This is a new piece. This is what we haven't done, and this is kind of like we saw it in there. إن الإنسان لفي خسر. This is من السماء. Oh, sorry. The min is a harf. This is called harf jar, and we're going to cover like harf. I'm not doing you any favors with my handwriting, but whatever. Harf jar. Harf jar. من السماء. And then السماء is اسم مجرور وعلامات جره الكسرة الظاهرة. And then so this is what we're talking about here. جار ومجرور. جار واسم مجرور. This jar is here. It's a harf jar, and it's a preposition from. And the sama'i, it ends with the kasra because of this harf jar. That as-sama'u in the rafa state. Let me pull those up again one more time. So this, let me ask this to Sister Farila. This sama'u, what is a sama in the rafa state? How would I say it? This word in the rafa state. If this were in the rafa state, how would I say it?
Sami'u?
No.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Or anybody can guess. What would this as-sama be in the rafa state?
سماء.
As-sama'u. Yeah. Yes. What about in the nasb state?
السماء.
As-sama'a. But now we're in the judge state, which was the final one, and now because it's in the judge state,
Okay.
it is as-sama'i. Yes. So the rafa state had the dhamma for the examples we're doing, although there's other possibilities. The nasb state had the fatha on top, and then the judge state has a kasra at the bottom. Sorry about all the bad handwriting, but all right. Now let's go to this one. يأتي السمك من البحر. I'll translate it, and then maybe what we'll do is I'll do this one, and then the next one, maybe you guys, if you want, you can take turns if you're up to it. But I feel pretty confident in your skill sets. So يأتي السمك. يأتي السمك. The fish comes من البحر, from البحر, from the sea. يأتي, it could be ocean too. Bahr is just a large body of water. Well, it wouldn't be ocean. Ocean is muhit. So sea is probably the best translation. يأتي السمك من البحر. The fish comes from the bahr. So the way that I would do the i'rab on the jumla is يأتي السمك. يأتي is فعل مضارع مرفوع. السمك is الفاعل اسم مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. Or I could just leave it at اسم مرفوع. فاعل اسم مرفوع. من, this word is harf jar. Harf jar. So there's different types of ahruf. We had inna, which was harf mushabbah mid-fa'al. We have min, which is a harf, and it's harf jar. And there's other ahruf also that we'll cover throughout these texts. Min al-bahr, from the ocean and the sea, I'm sorry. Al-bahri, ism majroor. That's all it is. It's a majroor. And then if you wanted to say it all the way, you could say وعلامات جره الكسرة الظاهرة. And the sign of its, or indication of its jad, is the kasra, the exposed or apparent kasra. All right, let's go. Who wants to do number 3? I'll translate it. سعى الجيش إلى الميدان. The soldiers went towards the like Maidan is kind of like the circle. It could be like the center of the city, or like the let me see how they translate it. But it's the Maidan. Usually they'll be like the city circle. They have places like this, and let me just pull it up because I prefer. I always have a tough time with translations. All right, let's go to Maidan. So sa is typically like seek. The soldiers were seeking the city circle, or this. Let me see how they translate. So let me just pull this up real quick. All right. You know what I should have done? Let me go to that other. Actually, they do better. That's not the right word. That's what I want. Noun. Square. Open space in the city. So square. Yeah, I guess you could say like, we don't really use it much, but you'd say like this is the city square or center of the city. It's just like a central kind of like, or like they say Madison Square. So Madison Square would be like Maidan, Madison. Like Madison Square, New York, we'd call it Maidan, Madison. All right. So regardless, we want to get the translation there. So here, each one of the words is the soldiers were seeking, sa seeking, al-jayshu, soldiers, or you could say even military, ila al-maidan, they're seeking al-maidan, the square. Well, let's do this one. That one, it's kind of a weird sentence. Sarat al-mashiyatu ila al-haql. The female that was walking, like a walking female, al-mashiyatu. Sarat al-mashiyatu, the female was walking or walked to the field. Al-haql. Who wants to do it?
I could do it.
Either one. Yeah, go ahead.
I could do the top one.
Yeah, and you can help each other out. You guys
Okay.
work through this thing
So,
together.
for number 3, sa'a. Sa'a is فعل ماضي.
Yeah.
Do I need to say that it's منصوب or just فعل ماضي is enough?
Fi'l Madi is not mansub. Fi'l Madi is mabniyan ala fatha. But anyways, just say
Okay.
Fi'l Madi. That's good.
And then الجيش, this would be فاعل اسم مرفوع.
Yes, very good.
إلى is حرف جر.
Yes.
And الميداني is ميداني, I don't know, like it's حرف جر, حرف اسم جر, I don't know. حرف اسم جر مبنية على
So if we
الكسرة,
look
I don't
here,
know.
yeah, just so there's a lot of this stuff. Like as we step back, when we review it, you'll see it's fairly standardized. like they did an amazing job. The Arab grammarians, they're the top. These guys are, you know, a lot of stuff has to be revised, but they did amazing work. So if we look here, when we do, if we look here kind of on the left here, this is inna binta sariyatun, right? And so what happened is, this is harf, mushabah bil fi'l, but it's just harf. And then this is the ism, this is ism inna, right? And so if we kind of think about it here, it's similar. This is harf jar, and then this is ism majroor. We'd say ism majroor. Yeah, so but the commonality there is it's harf, and then this is the ism. It's harf, ism, and then here it's harf, ism, like the skeletal structure of it, but there's some more details in there, the meat of it. And that, in this one on the left here, this guy is harf mushabahun bil-fa'l, and then this is ism inna marfu'. But the skeletal thing of it, both of them is it's harf and ism. This is harf and ism, and these guys are harf and ism. But ultimately, the main differences here is the details, and this is harf jar, and this is ism majroor. We'd say ism majroor, and I'll write this up here shortly.
Is this like, is ila al-maidan, this is like the equivalent of a preposition, but then because it's ila al-maidan, prepositional phrase?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and then who wants to do? Let's do this one together. Maybe Sister Farida or Omar, you can kick it off, or Kusum. Kusum, you can kick it off also if you want. Sa'arat al-mashiyatu.
Okay, I think I can try this one.
All right.
So let's see. Well, I'm gonna skip the first word because I'm not sure. I'll come back to it. Al-mashitu.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on, does anybody want to help Omar then with the first word? Sa'arat.
Is it what?
Yes. What is the grammar?
So that's a fail.
Oh.
Marfu.
It says fi'l madi, and it's mabniyan, just fi'l madi.
Okay.
Go ahead, or Omar, continue with mashia. Al-mashiyatu.
Okay. And then al-mashiyatu is the fi'l marfu'a, or fi'l is a marfu'a, correct?
Almost. Anybody want to assist with that? It's very close.
الاسم مرفوع.
It's fa'al. Yes, that's exactly. It's fa'al. So Omar, you had ism marfu' correct, but it's fa'al, which is the subject. Go ahead, continue, please.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you're right.
You're good.
Fi'l is the first word. My bad. Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
Ila, and then ila is the harf jar.
Yes.
And then al-haqli is the
Ism majroor, and that's the new thing here. So you're good, but that you got it. Just a little bit of review and other stuff. Here we have another harf jar, anil hisan, upon the horse, anil tifl, upon the child, yadhabul khawfu, the fear leaves the child, upon the child. This is how we translate a little bit differently. They use their prepositions different than us, the Arabs, but there's some overlap. Yanzilul jund anil hisan. Yeah, the soldier is coming down on his horse. Maybe we'd say like from his horse. But yadkhul khatabu ala al-ma. Fire is, or excuse me, wood is extinguished by the water. Yasqutu thamaru ala al-ard. The fruit fell upon the earth. So here, what's happening in all these examples, here we have ila, here we have an, here we have ala. They're all prepositions, and all of them are the resulting word is ism majroor, ism majroor, ism majroor. And in these particular examples, they're all kasras. That's not always the case. That's just the examples they're giving now because they're making it kind of simple. Here we have fi. So inna al-insana lafi khusrin. The fi, and then it was khusrin after that. The reason it was fi, it was khusrin because, let's just pull it back here since we got the Quran. So if you remember here, we did inna al-insana lafi khusrin, right? And it was inna, this is harf. This is harf mushabbahun bil fi'al. And then al-insana is ism inna marfu' wa alamatu I'm sorry, yeah, ism inna mansub wa alamat nasbihi al-fatha al-zahira lafi khusrin. So here we have the fi. We added this lam right here. It's for emphasis. It's for emphasis, and you know, there's really nothing like that in English, but it's just an emphasizer. Fi in khusrin, in loss, or a state of loss, you could say also. So let's just go back to the text here. So this is fi. Fi sijni, in prison. Bis sakin, with the knife. Bis suyuf. Oh, okay, so this is a good one. Oh yeah, you'll see these things pop up every surah pretty much. I don't know if there's going to be a surah without a harf jar. So from the very beginning, it's Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So we have this ba right here. Boom. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So every surah for starting with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, we have it. And then this lam here, this is something unique to, we'll cover this maybe in a different day. There's some unique grammatical parameters. We can cover this later on because we want to cover of it. But when we drop the alif in Allah, it becomes for Allah. This only happens with the Ism Jalali Allah. When we drop the alif, it becomes Lillah. Alhamdu, the praise, Lillah, for Allah, or to Allah. Oh, Arihim. Arihim, this is Ada, but it's I think, what do they call it? Conjunction or whatever. And then definitely, Baqarah has all the grammatical things in Baqarah, but let's go to these shorter surahs. Without bi rabbil falaq. See right here, boom. Bi rabbil falaq. This ba right here is making this rabbi, the kasra after it. Without bi rabbil falaq. The b right there made it the kasra. And that ba also caused this thing to have a kasra. And the following words, the whole thing is tied together actually. So if we look at this, I don't want to make it too complicated, but that's why also this, it's tied to it all. And then we have min shadri. It's the same thing here. It's a shadri because the min is before it. Fi sudurin nas. It's the this is a kasra after it because of the fi. So here we have min shadri. And the reason for the most part, the biggest, the main thing we're trying to do with this particular text is just understand why shad is a word. It could be shadza, shadru, or shadri. The question is, which one is it? And this text and everything we're studying together is just really, there's other things that are happening, but a big chunk of what we're trying to do is just find out what the endings of the words are. And the reason this is ending with the kasra is because of the min. The reason this is ending with the kasra here is because of the fi. And when the same thing with bi rabbi, when we did qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, and the same thing with surah al-falaq. Like I said, pretty much every surah. There may be an exception, but I can't think of one, and you know, I doubt it. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin falaq. Same thing here. Rabbil falaq. Rabbi. Min sharri, it's the same thing. You see? So this little jar wa majrur this is a very, very handy little tool to have, because you're going to see a lot of it. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Billahi ma fi samawati wal min sharri fi sudur ila ajrin musamma, and there's a lot of them. So this little prepositional phrase, these prepositional phrases, here's the ruling here. Al-qaida, the rule. Yujarru al-ismu. The ism goes into the state of jur إذا سبقه حرف من حروف الجر. If it is preceded by a letter from the letters of jar, the jar state letters. Al-atiya wa hiya, the following, and they are min, ila, an, ada, ti, the ba by itself, and the lam. The lam like lillahi, or you could say like li inshira, li omar, li kulsum, li farida. When we, or ba, you know, so I could say like, I could say, for example, Omar yattasilu bi kulsum. Omar is calling or connecting with kulsum. So that's a ba. So the tattasilu kulsumu bi Omarin. So then it would be Omarin, and have a little kesra at the end, you know, to do it properly. So that's essentially it. We can cover, we'll review this again next time a little bit, and then we'll just go in. I think that's the final lesson of this text. And then what we'll do is, no, that's not right. Is that the final lesson?
Could you repeat the rule again if you don't mind? I was writing it down.
Oh, not after that. Oh, yes, that'll be good. Well, after we've got this, we'll be able to, this is something, we really needed to cover this today to start, you know, I think we have everything we need to do Surah Al-Fatiha now. No, we don't. Oh, man, we were close though. All right. Yes, so going back to it, so let's just, and we've kind of gone over on time. I'm sorry, but so if you want to drop, you can drop, but I'll create this slide right here, and then well, let's just take one from the text. So let's see, like one of the first ones. What was one of the okay, this is a good one. Ajaizatul Sabiq. Okay. All right, let me. Harf. No. Ism al-jar. Where's my should there we go. I have them there. Ism jar. And then I think the one that we did was al-jaizatu. Then you guys want the tashkil too. Al-jai. So this one's going to be jaizatu lil-sabiq. للسابق. Oh man, what happened there? Okay. We'll change this to surprise. Okay, I'm going to delete that so it all works. Winner. The prize is for the winner. They keep changing it to like. All right, preposition, and then what would we call this? I think we're just going to call this a preposition. We're just going to call this a preposition. This is just going to be a preposition. That's okay. All right, and then الجائزة. This is Habsha. Oh no, it's not. What am I doing here? الجائزة is المبتدا. Maybe I can just copy these things from here. My font is off. مبتدا اسم مرفوع. مبتدا اسم مرفوع. You know what? Let's do this. Let's change this color here. We'll make that. Make that blue. Afiyar. This is going to be a sabit. What happened here is the when we have, we'll talk about this later, but basically when we have the lam and then this alif and lam situation, what they did is they dropped the alif there. And there's a reason for that, but anyways, this is, we're just going to call this ism majrur. And then let me just go over here. El Kesra. Kesra. So this is what it is right here. I think we have the full, unless I have any mistakes, but اسم الجر الجائزة للسارق, the prize is for the winner. الجائزة is مبتدأ اسم مرفوع. The lamb is حرف جر. السابق اسم مجرور وعلامات جره الكسرة ظاهرة. And then what we would say is this this jar wa jur thing, let me get my colors out. This jar wa majrur, the ism, the harf jar and majrur, they call this shibah jumla, or like a phrase. And that phrase is the khabar. The khabar is marfu'. It's in the place of the khabar is marfu'. We'll cover that later on. But this is essentially it. This is the whole jar wa majrur thing. And like I said, you'll find this all throughout the Quran. I'll create a table with the different ahruf jar. There's more than what's mentioned in the book.
Can you create a table that has all of the lists that we've looked at so far, like all the way from like unlun and then to this, and then just kind of have them like categorized? Because for at least for me, they're starting to like blend in together, and I'm starting to forget. So I think if I had them all in one table, like how we had the verbs kind of all in one table, that would have been nice, even if they're for verbs and some of the lists are for nouns.
Just have a combined one.
I don't know. Well, what is the rest of the class thing? I don't know. It just like a one spot for me would be easier to study it.
Yeah, that might. I think so. We could probably do that. Maybe I'll create like an Excel sheet, and so we have like already. So this one, for example, these ones. This one has the nasab, the ahruf nasab, and then these are the ahruf for jism. Let me do this real quick. I'm not saying it right. It's jazm. It's jazm. So I'm saying it wrong. All right, jazm. So going back to the thing, these are some ahruf jar or huruf jar. Min, ila, an. Those are covered in the text. Let's go down further. An, ada, bi, and then we have ba, nam, as kaf. We didn't have that. And then hatta. Dude, hatta is such a tricky one, dude. Always pops up out of nowhere. Hatta, mundu, oh yes. Yes, mundu, rub. I don't even know what that is. So, rub, تفيد التقليل أو الكثير. رب, maybe that's how we do rubama. All right, so I'll add these other ones. Mundu, mud. Nobody says mud. I don't know where it's at. That's the first time I've ever seen that. So I'll create a table, and then maybe we can have a table where it's like these are ahruf, these are inna khawatiha, and then we can have one with the other tables too. And then I think I have like another one over here. Yeah, this was like ahruf jazm. Yep, that's pretty much it. So unless you guys have any other questions, then I'll create that other table. And
could you go over that last rule that you read from the textbook?
yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So the ism, يجر الاسم. The ism, an ism will go into the jar state if it's preceded إذا صدقه حرف من حروف الجر الآتية وهي. If it's before that ism, if it's preceded, if it has one of the jar ahruf or prepositions that follow, min, ila, an, ala, fi, al-ba'u, wal-lam, and there's a few others that we covered over there, which I pulled up in the Wikipedia, which was like hatta, mundu, rub, and there was maybe one other one. And so if what this is all saying is that if there's an ism, in this particular case, it's sabit. If there's an ism like sabit or Omar or Kulthum or Farida or Samir or Inshirah, if an ism of any kind, kitab, tawira, sayyara, bint, rajulun, kitab, I already said kitab, but like qalam, shasha, I'm just looking around here, nur, ha'it. If any of these words that we have, yad, if we have this harf jar before it, then the word that comes after it. So if we have a lam, in this particular case, lam, the harf lam. If we have la or ila, min, any of those, then the noun that comes after it will be ism majrur. And in the examples we looked at today, they ended the kasra after that. Does that help?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And I can say it again or try to say it in a different way if it helps. Just let me know. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create that table and then the other table, and I'll do like maybe a summarization table that has all of them.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Sorry we kind of went over today.
Thank you.
Assalamu
All right.
alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
A quick question.
Yes.
So the I guess the way we differentiate between the different states of verb, like mudare marfu, mudare mansub, and mudare majroom, and the different states of ism that we covered, rafa'a, nasab. So the only way would be just looking at if it has what it has, how it ends, like how a verb ends or how ism ends, and what's before it, of course. Something like that.
We look at the relationship. You're right. We look at the relationship between the words in the sentence, and then based upon that, we'll add those tashkil for the ends of the words. I think that's what you're trying to say, right? Or that's what you said.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out, because now that we are learning more,